Hey y'all, this week's video is so cool. You are picking everything out for me today. And if you follow me on social media, you'll know why. I put out a call to action basically. Here's the video. Hey everybody, so excited for this week's video because you are going to choose my look from head to toe. And the reason why, this is so off the beaten path, but I thought it would be such a fun idea. I've got this event coming up at the end of the week, and I'm the keynote speaker and featured author for Reading Between the Wines. And it's an event that is going to benefit the Literacy Council of Fort Bend County. So I'm really honored and excited to be a part of it. And I want you to pick my outfit for the night. So I'm going to put everything in stories for you to vote on, from the dress to the jewelry, the shoes, the hair, the makeup, the whole 9 yards. And that is going to be this Thursday's video. And boy, did you show up. 70,000 of you weighed in to make the choice of what dress will I wear, the shoes, the earrings, the makeup palette, the lipstick color. So today's video is the result of your choices. And I can't wait to show you what you picked. You guys did a really good job. So I will list every product that I'm using in the description portion of this video. And as we get to the area where you voted on something, I will let you know what the results were of that vote. Was it close? Was it a horse race? Or was there a clear winner? Anyway, you'll find out. So I'm going to start the makeup look first, obviously. Peter Thomas Roth Instant Firm No Filter Primer. I featured this in a recent primer video, and I love this one. It's great for tightening and lifting the skin. I would definitely say it works well with a matte type of a foundation. If you're really going for sort of that high finish, you know, nighttime. I'm not going for the dewy look. I'm going for more of a evening out, going to be photographed, don't want to have shine kind of a look. Second is this Morphe foundation that I fell in love with in a previous video. And it's a wonderful matte finish foundation, really good coverage, not too much. It's just sort of that right mix. And I promise I'll sort of speed along this stuff so we can get to what you voted on. But just a little backstory, the event, it's a fundraiser for the Literacy Council of Fort Bend County, and they help people learn to read and write. A lot of immigrants who come here and are wanting to assimilate, as well as people who are really just wanting to up their skill level. And they always do a featured author at their fundraiser. And I'm so thrilled that they picked me and Life Makeover, and, you know, to talk about how even signing up for something like a literacy program can truly be a life makeover for somebody. It can completely change your life and open doors and opportunities. Foundation is on. I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills, their eyelid primer. I have featured this before. Don't let it scare you. It definitely comes across very sort of white, so a little goes a long way, but it's an amazing base for your eye. All right, eyebrow time. There was no vote on this. Y'all don't get a vote because I'm not breaking camp from NYX Lift and Snatch brow tint pen. I love it too much. What can I say? It's my thing. Anyway, I generally use espresso, which is sort of a Daka chocolate brown. They have one that's a little bit lighter. Sometimes I blend, do a little bit of a balayage brow. Okay, I'm gonna let that set before I take a little spoolie to it. Okay, so the first choice was eyeshadow palette. It was between Makeup Revolution and Tarte. And the winner, by a landslide, 77%, is this Tartelette palette. All of the colors are a matte finish. I think I'm going to go with the bottom row. The reason why I like it, it's a great brow bone highlight. It's a wonderful lid color, blending, and then the black for evening I think is perfect. So I'm going to focus on the bottom row. And the colors that are on the bottom row are Supermom, that works, Wanderer, Power Player, and Fashionista. How do you say no to that, right? My brushes are by my friend Gentry Kelly, and I'm going to start with this one. Dang it with the glasses. Wanderer will be my lid color. Thank you for making this selection for me. I love this palette. I mean, you couldn't go wrong either way, but this palette's sort of like a no-brainer, and a lot of you may have it, so maybe this will be an opportunity to show you ways of blending colors that you may not have played with before. I'm gonna get in the lid. Just a nice kind of a light toasty brown. Sort of a universally flattering color, I think, for everybody. And what's so nice is the gray next to it, Power Player, is wonderful if you have blue eyes, lighter color eyes. You know, grays play really well. So if you wanted to, you could even swap and you could do the gray as your lid color. Completely up to you. I will use Power Player and blend a little bit going farther out on my eye. In comes the gray and the Power Player, and now I'm going to start coming in on the outside. It's a little bit deeper, not by much, so I'm going to start building the outer corner of the eye just to give me a little bit of width and depth. It is a nighttime event, so my eye look is going to be a little bit stronger. And just remember that anytime you are at an evening event and photos are being taken, the light at night will minimize makeup, especially if flash is used at all. So don't be afraid to be a little bit stronger with your application for an evening event. Okay, lastly, Fashionista, the black one. We will be sort of hugging along the top lash line and coming out a little bit for like a mini cat eye thing going on. I just stick with the outer third of the eye with the eyeshadow, and then I just sort of make that little V that we've talked about so many times. I have not eaten anything today, so if you hear some very strange gurgly noises, I apologize. It's just the coffee on an empty stomach. Coming back in with a little bit of Wanderer just on the top, just to bring it up a little bit higher, but soft. To blend that outer top edge. What did I say that was? Supermom, the lightest one? Yeah, that's gonna hug the brow bone. The eyebrow itself, it's on the orbital bone. We're gonna get technical about these things. I like to keep it tight to the eyebrow and not so much white on the orbital bone, because as we age, everything gets heavy. That can protrude, and if you put too much light and go too far down, it just makes the eye look heavy. Just do a little tight hug, and it separates the eyebrow from the rest of the eye makeup. And just make sure you blend so that you don't have a white line. I also use that as an inner corner color. Great to lighten and brighten the inner corner of the eye. Also great to add a little width there if your eyes are closely set. Okay, so that's the eyeshadow look. Thank you for that selection. I'm not done yet. I'm probably going to smudge a little bit in the lower lash line. But I want to move on to my eyeliner, NYX Professional 2-Timer. There's a smudge on one side, and then there's the liquid pen on the other. 2 for the price of 1. How do you beat it? So for kind of a smoky, especially top line thing, I'm using the smudge side, and I'm just going to hug in real tight. Again, I've got to be careful because I've got eyelashes. I don't want to get too aggressive and then they start falling out. And even if you do have eyelashes on, this just boldly defines that lash line, just makes it deeper and thicker, especially since I don't go for a super full lash set. You can take the other side, which is that fine point pen, and again, just, you know, if you need to, hold down your lashes, and I just hug right along the top. Now, as you know, I oftentimes like to smudge a little bit of an eyeshadow in my lower lash line just to give it just a bit of a border and a boundary. So in this case, I'm going to take the Power Player, which is that grayish color, and kind of a flat angled brush. And I'm just going to give a little bit of definition to that lower lash line. Okay, so that way I feel like it opens up the eye. And, you know, sometimes as we get older, we feel like our eyes get smaller. I think technically they do. So you've got to find little tips and tricks to be able to open them up and make them seem a little bit larger than they are. And just having a soft boundary on the bottom lash line without mascara. You know how I feel about that. You don't want the droopy, south hanging spiders. All right, so now I take my little spoolie and I just brush my lashes. For you, this would be your point to do your mascara, do a magnetic lash if you like to do that, or a lash strip. For instance, this is a really good one that I love. Eyelure London, and it's a 3/4 length strip, and they are light and wispy, number 015, I believe. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyway, I'll put this in the description just if you're looking for a lash strip that's super pretty and light and not crazy. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to hurry through so we can get to your next selection. Moving on to concealer, IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. Take a little dab, warm it up so that it blends better. And I just tap right there. And then I take my concealer brush and I only pat it in the areas where I really need it. You know, the days of doing heavy concealer all the way out are done because it just is too much. You know, the skin gets looser and more wrinkly under the eye. And so if you just go too heavy with any product, no matter if it's designed for the under eye area and, you know, basically it'll say won't settle into lines, blah, blah, blah. Still, if you use too heavy of a hand, it's going to show. So I just concentrate where I've got my deep circles, which is right here. And then I take the remainder for the outer corner and just kind of sharpen that line. You know, I still have a little concealer left on my fingertips. I can pat and then just sharpen this. And then whatever leftover you have, you can take it down, you know, pull it in the smile lines, a little red under the nose. You know, you can always add a touch of concealer wherever you might want a little bit of highlight. Okay, Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder and a little brush. So I already have like a decent amount in here. I will take this brush and now, not too much, but I will pat this in and set this. And again, a light hand with everything will guarantee that there's not too much creasing and crinkling in this area. I've really had to learn to scale it back ever since I started my YouTube channel. You know, my gosh, you know, it's almost 10 years now. So, you know, skin changes a lot in 10 years. So my approach might be just a little different now. Okay, so the remaining loose powder, just a set. Again, not a crazy amount, just basically in the areas where I'm gonna shine. Contour and highlight, I still love Kat Von D Shade and Light. I'm a blender kind of gal, so I sometimes mix between these two or mix these two just to get the right contour color. Contour for me stays high. I do not do this whole scooping out thing. I think it can look very drawn on and see too many lines. I just want to give, you know, my cheekbones a pop. So I stay right in this upper edge. A little bit on the forehead, add the warmth up there, and contour nose. The best way to slim down a face is to contour the jawline slightly above and then slightly under. And blend, 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 blend. And then take your remainder and pull it down the neck. By the way, to create fullness in the mouth, this is such a great trick. This contour color is perfect for it, not too dark. Take a brush that's about this size. You go right here underneath the lower lip and shade it. Same color, you go right above. And it will instantly create kind of like a lip flip, and we'll do some more things in that area too. Okay, the blush Y'all didn't pick this one. Cheek to Chic, Walk of No Shame is what it's called, by Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, it's kind of cool. Bit of a rosy, has a bit of a gold shimmer to it, and then a touch of highlight in the middle. So I kind of swirl on the outside and then hit in the middle. And again, my blush is up. I ride high with the blush. All of that creates a wonderful lifting effect. Highlighter. I love this. I don't know if I've featured this before. It's really cool. It's by Chanel. It's an illuminating powder, and it's very, very gold. So a little goes a long way, but it's a cool highlight. So I'm just going to hit a tiny bit here on my chin, just below where I did the contour. Tiny bit at the tip of the nose, right here, above the lip. And then the rest just kind of out to the side, just above the blush. Just a little cheek highlight. Okay, we're moving on to your lip selection. Before we get there, I've got a line, and I'm still using NYX Nude Truffle lip liner. All-time hands down favorite color. Just the perfect nude. So, to continue with the fullness and creating this illusion, I'm going to go up, create a nice little peak, and then come down kind of straight. I'm not going to finish it. Same on the lower, just the mid, and softly smudge. Okay, now to your next choice. Let's take a look at the numbers. Yes, this was a landslide as well. So the choices were Dominique, Be Bold by Gentry Kelly, and Dominique, Be Blessed by Gentry Kelly. Be Blessed wins by 73%. So it is the lighter duo of the two. You guys wanted me to have a little bit more of a nude look on the lip, which is why I went for kind of a darker, smokier thing on the eye. So Be Blessed first. And what I love about this is this color has such wonderful pigmentation, and it has enough pink and enough peach so that it doesn't wash you out. And then the lip gloss that we have paired with the Be Blessed bundle is My Two Cents. Absolutely one of my favorite lip glosses because it's just this great gold shimmer. So I put it at the center. Okay, so the earrings were quite different. One was more of a larger, round tortoiseshell type of a look. The other was a gold hoop with a little bit of silver in it. And this was a landslide. You guys really like the gold hoop, 64% to 36%. So that works out well because with my hair like this, you will now be able to see the hoop that you've chosen, which will beautifully accompany the dress and the shoes that you have picked for me as well. How's that for a teaser? All right, earrings are in, time to get dressed. And drum roll, please. Psh! You picked the blue dress by 55%, and you picked the gold shoes by 75%. So here's how the whole outfit looks together. I cannot thank you enough for participating in this. This was so cool having you dress me for an event that's coming up. So when you see photos from the event, you can say to yourself, hey, I was the one who picked that, or I chose this one or that one, or whatever. I just think it's such a fun and interactive way for us to be together, participate. You know, I love to engage you in terms of content and what you want to see, but this sort of takes it to another level. You know, you see me do things, you have your preferences and your likes, and this way you get to express to me what those are and to see them put into action, and hopefully to see how maybe some things that you purchase based off of my recommendations look and can be played together, and how they might work for and serve you. I'm so overjoyed. I can't wait to wear this for my event, and I'm loving this concept. So I've got a feeling we'll be doing more of it. Thoughts and ideas below in the comment section. Of course, continue on social media. You know, I'm posting practically every day on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. It's all at Dominique Sachse if you'd like to find me there. I'd really love to be able to continue the conversation. I do a lot of different things on those platforms too, but sort of tie into the overall messaging. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. Please grow this community and make us big, make us bold, make us out there so that our voices are all being heard. You know, we women in our prime, it's our time and we're having our place on these platforms, and it's exciting and it's wonderful to be a content creator at this particular time in life. I feel like it's honestly the greatest gift from God. So go out, be bold and be blessed. A big thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I'll see you next Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Bye-bye.